Hey everyone, it's Sandy and I just want to show you a quick process video of a layout I worked on tonight. And I am just showing you those homemade enamel dots that me and Lisa made with some pony beads, and we kind of clustered them together to make kind of like puddles. I just showed you that picture of Gabby and my dad that I'm going to be using tonight, as well as that pad, that All About a Boy pad. I believe it's by Echo Park, and Lisa had brought that to me. And I just pulled out one sheet that I am going to use to mat that picture of Gabby and my dad. And I also showed you a brayer, which is by, I think, DIY Crate Paper, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what I used to make those black chevron arrows with. And that's something that I had picked up while Lisa was here. So anyways, I am just cutting out my picture, that I matted. And then I'm going to go ahead and get some black ink that I had in one of those little spongy things. And I'm going to go ahead and ink around the edge of those photos. And then Richard was eating Coffee Crisp, and I got it from him and took a quick bite. So there we go. I'm just inking the edges of that picture just to see if it would help it pop a little from the page. And let's see. I was going to Skype with Lisa tonight, and we tried several times, but man, Skype was not working. It was not our friend tonight. So while I was sitting at my desk, I thought I'll go ahead and work on a layout. So I just used a new adhesive that Lisa gave me, and it is, I believe, a Tombow adhesive runner, and I really like it. So, and now I'm just kind of figuring out where I want to put these puddles, and I don't know what else to call them. They just remind me of puddles. So I kind of figure out where I want to put them, and then I'm going to start to use my glossy accents to put those down with. And I really like using the glossy accent because these pony beads are the clear ones, and I was worried about what kind of adhesive I would use, but that glossy accent works really well. It doesn't show at all. I've used it on white and now on craft, and I haven't had a problem with that at all. So that's just something that I've figured out that I do like the way that is. And then I put a little weight on those because they are kind of big. I didn't want the paper to curve up. And then I start to go through this little Studio Calico box that I cut the top off of, and I keep a lot of my little tidbits of stuff in there to see what else I can add to the layout. It needs some more, but I wasn't quite sure what to put on it, so I'm just going through these little flares and wood veneers and just different things like that I have in that box to see what else that I can add into it. And then I really don't find much. What I end up doing is I end up getting some of my sprays out and just splatter all over the layout. So I end up getting my, let's see, everything I'm pulling out I'm not going to use. The only thing I end up using is that Insta with a circle. But here we go. Okay, so now that you see it, I just put some sprays around it, some Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and just splattered it all over. And I added a few of the, what are those things called? Brads. That I don't know what collection they're from, but I get brads in kits because I don't buy them, and I thought that was a perfect time to use them. So you'll see like a arrow brad, a heart one, another arrow, and I think like a star, but the colors went really well. Now I'm just using my thickers to put my title, which is going to be "You Make My Heart Happy," because one of the girls said it, if not both of them, I'm not sure. They would always say that. They don't seem to say it as much anymore, but I love when they did say it. So I know the girls make my dad really happy when he gets to visit with them and see them. So I went ahead and used that as my title, and I used a different color for every word, and I really like the way that came out. And then for the heart, I'm going to use a red gold foil one that I have, and I really like the way it came out because it's kind of a bigger font. So let's see. So I believe I'm just looking for that red one because I couldn't find it. Normally I keep my thickers that I've opened before in a little shelf in front of me, but I couldn't find that one because I believe I cleaned up some when Lisa came, and I ended up putting some of my stuff away to make space for her. even though we didn't craft much while she was here. Yeah, so there we go. So I find the red ones that I'm looking for, and I just use glossy accents to put those down because they are the cardboard one or chipboard, whatever, and they don't stick as well as the foam ones do. So I do use that on there, and I really like the way it came out, and I like the way the whole layout came out. It's just something different and simple, and just I got to use stuff that was out, and even though it didn't have a lot of layering, I don't think it needed it because the page is pretty busy on its own. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing that down, and then here in a minute or so, a couple, there should be some still shots coming up. So I don't think I left all of it in of me just putting glossy accents. I'm using iMovie on my phone to see if I can edit this, so it may be a little longer, and it doesn't let me speed it up as fast as I do on my computer. So it's a little bit of a slower video than I normally put up. But you guys can let me know what you think, and maybe I'll try and learn how to use this a little bit better for editing on my phone, because it is kind of convenient. So there we go. I really like the way that came out. I believe I put a sticker or two at the bottom with that brad, and I think that's it. I just needed a little something there at the bottom. And oh, I think I do put a few more like real enamel dots that I had on as well. I can't remember now. Let's see what I'm doing. Let's see, yeah, see, I see myself going to that box again and seeing if anything else I can put on there. But I don't find anything, I believe, so. I'm sorry, I wish I could speed it up a little bit more here, but I'm not able to. Okay, so yeah, I pulled out those yellow, I think they're from the candy shop or something like that. They're like enamel dots, but they're bigger, and I don't use them very much, but I thought I would go ahead and use that yellow since I used yellow in the thickers to kind of help add some more color to it. And I do like the way it came out. And then I used a few more that I bought. Oh no, these are just the little circle enamel dots that we made, and I go ahead and start putting them on the page, and then I will glue them down. So I really like these clear pony beads. They did really well melting for us, and the smell was bad, but not as bad as I thought. But I do read how people say it's toxic and stuff, so we did have like the back door open and the window and stuff, so, but it didn't smoke up the house any. So this is just a close-up of my cluster of things, and there's the thickers. I really like the way that came out. And then here's just the mist that I use, the brads, and then there's my puddles, because I don't know what else to call them. And see, the glossy accent works really well in my opinion. So there we go, and here's the last one. So thanks for watching, and if you have any comments or questions, just leave them below. Bye.